Why is Keziah a thing?
Why is Keziah the thing?
It's because we've never changed it.
Because we picked random things except for specifically you.
Yeah.
I have a rare... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
There was...
Go ahead.
Yep, go.
I was just going to say I have a rare pre-show wish. I wish at some point Keziah says it's clobbering time. Casually work that into the conversation.
I will try.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm taking off, still to I'm taking off, still to I'm taking off, still to run. Drifting to space, all I feel is cold. All I want is the power of the night.
Welcome back to Shattered Worlds RPG. I'm your Loremaster Jeff, and with me tonight are the incredibly sophisticated Jayme,
Good day.
the lightly seasoned Kristy,
Hello?
the horribly disfigured AJ,
What?
Hello, I am cursed with sinus.
and the sweet, sweet melodic stylings of Ash.
My mouth was full.
Full of vim and vigor.
We're going to talk later about how everyone else got nice ones and I got horribly disfigured.
Yeah.
It's hard when you're just letting things fall out of your mouth, hoping something funny develops.
It's true. Sometimes you just want to lead with horribly disfigured and see if maybe you can save it afterwards.
Yeah.
Horribly disfigured, but in a good way.
And the saving word you found was my name.
That's right. None of those things are true. Let's move on. Last time on Shattered Worlds RPG, you folks made it through my my water trap, and you walked down the tunnel. You dealt with some goons, and you hauled your injured and Dr. Danlo Grace to the space hangar where a spaceship sits, and a bunch of guards in red robes and white masks are arrayed around the hangar on different floors. They all have submachine guns that are also painted white, like it's a nice color motif. And they have white sneakers. Like any cult, you know, you gotta have the right footwear. And there's this ramp with a red carpet on it, rolling down from the side of the Sidewinder, which is this vast pyramid-shaped ship. Yeah, it's sort of somewhere between Giza and a spearhead, you know, angles. There's a few, like, weapon ports visible and a few windows here and there. It looks really forbidding. And there's a couple goons at the bottom of the ramp, and they seem to be waiting for you to enter.
I changed my mind about where Keziah is going to be.
Smart. And you guys could be off the map if you want to be hiding back at the entrance to the hangar.
Wait, do they know that we're there? Or was hiding an option?
Oh, no, they specifically haven't manned the entrance to the hangar. And so when you came through the hangar, you saw like guards positioned at various points up above you and at the corners of the ship. They've happened to leave this particular area free of goons, except the two at the bottom of the ramp.
Oh, okay. I mean, I saw the red carpet. I figured they were expecting me.
The doctor gives you a look like, what are we doing? And she starts walking into the hangar.
Well, I believe we left off with the doctor drugged and
She's
Keziah.
drugged.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she's not doing good.
Okay.
Keziah told Gale telepathically that it was time for some goatiness.
Like right now in this situation, or back when it was time to knock out the doctor?
No.
No, when we knocked out the doctor, she was like, not yet.
Cool. So it was Dr. Ely and the guy who's paralyzed. So is Ely still on her feet? And the doctor's on the hover stretcher with Kotar. That's not his name. Zephram Kolar.
I think Ely's on the stretcher.
Okay. So there's only room for 2 of them. So somebody's hauling the doctor.
I'm just dragging her.
Yeah. I guess Crunch could be holding her like isn't there an old movie with a monster holding a lady like
Oh yeah, robot monster with
Yeah.
the gorilla suit.
The gorilla body and the TV head. I thought we'd made a space travois for her. I remember there being a whole gag about us trying to figure out what the word travois.
I mean, either is fine. I'm always game to be a robot monster.
So yeah, you're here at this little antechamber. You see a few small windows to either side, and then the hangar stretches out ahead of you.
Well, what's the plan here? Do we announce ourselves? Do we try to get sneaky with it? Feels unlikely we can get on board without anyone noticing.
I'm all for walking straight up, but that's just me.
Keziah's just looking at Gale.
Gale is
So Alecto strides
conflicted.
forward. Anybody
No,
follow in
I
line
said
behind?
I'm open to it. I didn't say I was doing it. Actually, I'm waiting for Gale to release the goat. Do it. Release the goat.
I release goat.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just
Everybody except Gale roll initiative.
accept me. Okay.
Yeah, you'll be asleep for this next bit.
Oh yeah, it won't be me fighting, huh? It won't be me. Yeah. The
fine.
sound that Jeff made as he said that.
Keziah has 19.
I have a slow loading character sheet.
Crunch has a 13 on initiative.
Oh wait, initiative's wind, right?
Yeah,
18.
18. Did you add 2 for combat awareness?
Yes.
Okay. Alecto, what'd you get?
Let's see. I'll roll 4 plus 4 from combat awareness. And it's wind. So
Yeah.
20.
20 Alecto. Okay. So everything goes black. Crunch, all your diodes go out. There's weird smells like I don't know, it brings up bad memories for you.
Oh no.
And then you can vaguely see tendrils of slightly brighter stuff swirling off of Gale. And the lights start going out in the hangar, like level by level. And somewhere a distant bell is ringing, probably inside the ship. and people start screaming.
I'm sure it's fine.
Okay. You hear 3 people like scrambling, and then you hear these screams, and then shortly after 3 splats, one after the other, just really close together, but in different areas of the hangar. Next is the upper guards, of which there are 1. And he's out of position, so he's going to move into position and hide. Okay. Alecto.
All right. I will boldly stride up the ramp to the ship.
Okay, you just go straight towards where you last saw the ramp. You can kind of smell and hear the guards to either side of the ramp as you come up beside them. We'll see if they detect you. Okay. One of them is like, "Hey! What's going on?"
I will punch him.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't see him. So it's going to be harder. And he can't see you, so it's going to... Yeah, we'll just make it base. Because
Okay.
you're going to hit him.
Doesn't matter. It's Alecto. That's all I do is I hit things.
Are you just trying to hit him, or are you trying to push him back?
I'm gonna try to push him back. Running low on mana. Do I want to spend more mana? No, I don't.
Do it.
No. Yeah, when he talks, I'll just kind of blindly swing at the sound of his voice.
Nice.
I'm not just let's see. So I probably hit. I rolled a 6. I'm +8 to hit, so 15, 14.
Okay. Yeah, you hit him.
All right, and I'm actually going to use martial arts mastery and do a slam attack. So the idea is to push him. I'm not going to punch him. I'm going to.
You're getting him out of the way so you can go up the
Get out
ramp.
of the way so I can go up the ramp. Right. So if I add my martial arts mastery, that's another 4. So yeah, 18. Let's see. And I will do 17 points of damage.
Okay, he goes tumbling back. Oof! Ah! And the ramp is clear. You have enough movement, we'll say, to get halfway up the ramp.
Okay.
So put yourself just outside the ship. Who's next? Keziah.
Keziah will... She'll call out to Crunch. Crunch, are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm just seeing some weird, creepy visual effects I'm not too fond of, but how are you?
Technically, Crunch, you're shouting really loud because you can barely hear Keziah inside your
No!
neck. So all your systems went dark at the same time as the lights.
Oh, okay. But it's not like it being broadcast. It's more like someone like shouting at you from within a car.
Right, you're having to shout through the thickness of your helmet.
Okay. So
Can we assume that Keziah is smart enough to put 2 and 2 together and like figure out that something's not right with his mech?
Yeah, you can get like right up near the mic, the ear
Okay.
mic. Shout into it.
She will try to glow. Does it work? Her Zentridi glow. Actually,
Yes.
first good question, is she okay? Like, do all of her electronics go out also?
That's a good question. No.
Okay.
It seems that whatever this is has spared you.
Okay.
So even though it's really dark, you can light up and see around you.
Okay. And she's going to work on getting Crunch out of the mech so he's not just a sitting duck.
Cool.
Okay.
So while you're doing that, you're feeling like these waves of icky feelings and like your stomach's turning a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah. You're getting a little queasy. So you're helping Crunch. Next is the guards on the ground. So one of them will tussle with Alecto and just can't even find her and trips over the edge of the ramp and tumbles back down to the base there. And he's fucking with his gun trying to get the flashlight on. The other one doesn't even try to attack. He fumbles around for a chemical light and cracks it. And so there's this little green glow around him and his pal. And the others go to defensive positions and also crack chemical lights. And we'll say they throw them like between themselves and your position. So if you come near them, they'll get some advance warning. And it's Crunch's turn.
Crunch, who just only recently had been trapped in an unpowered mech, knows right where to point for Keziah. And he's just going to be like, there's a lever. Just like it's an emergency release. It's right over there.
Cool. So we'll say with y'all working together, it pops open. You're able to get out. And you have a move if you want to move.
I'm going to spin my move checking on the good doctor, because the last time this happened, she got nuked and was all like, so I'm just going to be like, how are you? Because are you okay? Because has this affected you at all?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Keziah, now that you like realize what's happening, you're hearing this like billowing, swooping noise, and you look over your shoulder to Gale's position, and she is just a massive roiling column of black smoke that is lashing out tendrils into the hangar. And there's like little like swoops of black lightning. I don't know. It's very weird.
I don't think Gale is all right.
Oh, dear.
AJ is doing the thumbs down and then the hand across the throat gestures.
So next turn, I guess I should roll. Gale, roll initiative.
Okie dokie. All right, let's see if I can remember literally any of my stats. 20.
20, and we'll add 4 for Goatman.
4 for goat.
So actually the upper guards, of which there is now 1 because 3 of them are on the ground. That guy moves to another cover position and shoots a grenade. And it lands... Actually... It lands to the right of Gale. So it lands near the wall beside Gale and then bounces out back into the hangar, and it blooms into this vast greenish yellow fire, which takes Gale's column. For 20 damage. But the smoke takes 10 of that, so just 10 to you.
10, damn. Fuck.
And when the fire like licks at the smoke, it looks like paper folding into ash, like, you know, if you throw a piece of paper on a fire. And it kind of reveals just for a second a profile of Gale, like in the process of screaming, but you don't hear a scream. And then the smoke fills in the gaps. And now it is Goatman's turn. Goatman runs to the ramp, and you could just kind of see the smoke as it swirls through the green light of the chemical lights, and right through the like remains of the phosphorus blast. And you don't know if it's just to look cool or what, but it's taking the damage.
Hell yeah.
1 damage, Gale.
Alrighty.
I rolled super low.
Love that. Love that for me. Love that for you. Love that for all of us. Really.
So yeah, it's just this black line goes through this fire, it's parting of the Red Sea, and then the fire is sort of dying down behind it. And it hits the guy at the base. Well, I guess there's 2 guys at the base of the ramp. Yeah, it goes between them and throws them out to either side. Okay, both of them go flying into the darkness.
Fuck yeah.
And I'll roll to see how they do coming down. They're all right. And you hear them banging off the ground as they skid away. One of them hits some boxes, cries out. Yeah, that's it for that thing. Alecto,
Yo,
your turn.
I'm making my way up the ramp into the ship.
Okay, put yourself inside the ship there. You see really tight corridors. It's a pirate ship, so they must be using, like, at least this deck, its corridors for stuff. So there's like metal canisters and big boxes. You see the world's most important device up against the wall there. If you zoom in, you can see that. Alecto's kind of standing on it.
Yeah, I can't get her, because it's on a grid. She's got to stand on it, or
It's this thing right here.
okay.
Let me reveal some areas here.
Did you say that Goatman made Gale run up the ramp? I was on my character sheet and forgot to move in case needed.
You're at the base of it.
At the base, got it.
Okay. So that's about what you can see from your position.
Okay. What is that device? It kind of looks like Legos to me.
Talking about this thing?
The most important device in the world.
Yeah, nobody knows, but it's in lots of sci-fi shows. It's all over
Okay.
Star Trek. It's got these
Awesome.
red tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a red alert going, so you see a few lights going down the hallway.
Yeah. I will head up.
Northeast.
Northeast. Yes.
Okay. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. These are tight corridors, so your movement will be in half.
Okay.
So you go 20, that's one move, and then if you want, you can use your action to move again.
Sure, if I don't see anything.
You faintly hear breathing further down the corridor, but you don't see any movement.
Breathing. Okay, that's not at all ominous. All right. Further down the corridor, like to the north or this
To the
corridor?
north, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll just keep moving until I can't move anymore, and I'll stop.
Okay, 5, 10. So, once you get there, before you go around the corner, you see somebody in all black with like some kind of color shifting cloak. And they have a pistol in one hand and like a gleaming blade in their left hand. And they're crouched down, sort of not quite behind a desk, but like half cover basically as you come around the corner. Okay, now you see a guy?
I see the guy.
Okay. The fact that he doesn't shoot you as soon as you come into the open suggests that rules of engagement are defensive in nature.
Okay.
Unless he just really likes fighting in melee or wants to run up on you and shoot you from point blank. You're not sure.
All right.
These are different options.
Has he noticed me?
Oh, yes. He
Okay.
was clearly prepared,
Okay.
looking right at you. He's got a black mask in addition to all his dark clothing.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like light space armor, but you can see his eyes, just sort of dead eyes of a pirate looking back at you.
All right. I'll wave and say hi.
Okay. Next is Keziah.
Sorry, I didn't know if I unmuted myself or not.
Now, the darkness seemed to follow Gale, so right as it gets to your round, like you and Crunch are in full brightness, and your his suit starts to power back up.
Okay. Well, I guess you can get back in the suit. Sorry.
I would rather not. I'm fine out here.
It'll take you 3 rounds to get back in and power it back up. So
No. After the third time, I might be trapped in there for good. I am fine out here. Thank you.
That's fair.
okay, so there is the dying remains of that phosphorus bomb filling up the area between you and the ramp. So you're gonna have to go around that if you don't want to get your toesies burned.
Yeah, not like high on the list of things she wants to do, so yeah, avoid that. But yeah, she'll follow Alecto. I don't know if that's gonna take like a whole
Yeah,
round
you'll have
go
to
up.
dash to go around the thing, but you'll get to the base of the ramp.
Okay. So she's like here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crunch. Oh no, first it's the ground guards. You see the lights on their virtual goggles come back on. Oh wait, no, it's still pitch black except for those green glooms of the chemical lights. Oh, and the 2 guys that are rolling around. So you can faintly see them.
And Keziah is still glowing.
And Keziah is still glowing. So you can follow her around the thing if you want. The melty floor. All right. Do any of you have personal shields?
Keziah does.
Okay.
No. Must be on the old shopping list.
Okay. The ground guards spot you, Keziah. Oh no, I already said they were doing something else. So that brings it back to the upper guards, of which there is one, the one with the grenade launcher. He spots the 2 of you, and he says, "Freeze or you're dead!"
She's just gonna look at it.
Roll, what would this be? Resist domination. It's a water skill.
Does Fearless play into that at all?
Fearless. Yeah, you're immune to this.
Oh, okay.
Or do you get a bonus? Maybe you get a bonus.
It just says immune to fear.
Yeah, you're immune to fear. What about you there, Jayme?
Not so much me.
Okay. I think as a spy, you should have resist domination. I don't know if I had you get it, but now that I'm thinking
I mean, it
about
makes sense.
yeah, you should have it.
Okay, so that'd be, excuse me, a win check?
A water check +2 for the skill and your roll.
Gotcha. No! In my defense, this is a pretty spooky environment, and Gale is going full Elder God, and I almost got trapped in a mech, so I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
Okay, it's
spooked.
not a super botch, but if you decide to go anywhere other than just staying put, you'll have a big minus.
That's a pretty big minus.
So that's the upper guard's turn.
Does getting back in the mech count against him? Because he would be getting like in a safer spot if he gets back in the mech.
Oh, he's so far away from the mech now. I think it's out of play unless he wants to use another round to get back to it.
No, I think I'm just going to leave the mech out here for now.
Okay. So Gale, you just see this roiling smoke obscuring your vision, and I think it decides that guy is the greatest threat.
Mm-hmm.
All the smoke pours off of Gale and like turns into almost like a dragon, and it goes up 3 floors, and by the time it gets to the guy, it's just lifting off of Gale's body, and just her head is in the smoke, and it grabs the guy and yanks him off the edge of the railing and then swings him into the rocket, or I mean the spaceship. 4, 7, 8, 14, 18 damage. But it doesn't matter because how's he going to stay on the side of that thing? Oh, he rolled a 10. Okay, he is sliding down the side of it, like trying to grab it like a weapon port or whatever. This thing's designed so that most of the surfaces are flush with the panels. So it's real comical as he comes sliding down the side of this thing. And Alecto,
Yeah.
you're inside the ship.
I'm inside the ship. I'm facing down this pirate with a laser or the pistol and a sword. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just waved hello at him and said hi. Did he react at all?
No.
Okay. What is down the hallway to my right?
Yeah, let me reveal some areas here. You see more open area, and it leads to a big blast door, and then you're not sure what's to the left and right.
Okay.
This is like a ramp going down slightly.
Going down? Okay. I'm going to slowly approach the guy with the sword. And say, hi, my name's Alecto. What's your name?
I didn't expect this part. I am Lanthris, loyal member of the Sidewinder crew. We've been expecting you.
Oh, that's nice. I would have brought a cake if I had known. Is it was your boss, Mean Jane, expecting us?
Mean
Captain
Jay.
Haduri. Violent Pam, as
Right,
you might know
right.
her.
Right, Violet Pam. Right, purple. Gotcha. And while I'm talking, I'm just walking closer and closer to him.
Sure, yeah. He doesn't lower he lowers his weapon a little bit, but he's still on edge. So you can get as close to him as you want.
All right. I'll just drop right next, right, right next to him essentially, and
Okay.
he's like hiding behind a desk.
No, he's just sort of hunkered.
He's just sort of
like,
hunkered.
in battle stance, and as you get close, he kind of loosens up and stands up taller.
Okay, I'll look up at him because I'm very short, and I'll smile and I'll hold my action. If he makes a move at me or goes to attack me, I will attack him first.
Perfect. Next is Keziah.
So this guy that just intimidated Crunch, is sliding down the side.
Yeah.
She will shoot him, I guess.
That's fun.
And she's
All right.
mad.
Yeah. He shouldn't be too hard to hit him.
That is it's 26.
A 26. Yep. This will be real hard. He rolled a 10, 15,
This guy.
25, 27. So he's
I
like
was
scrabbling
spending-
around. And
I
you
will
aim.
spend an action point.
Oh, damn it. All right. You hit him. Do 3d6, and he will try to keep from
Nobody
falling
tells
off.
me what to do. It's not great. It's 8, 10.
Okay, and he's taken 23.
It's just straight 3d6, right? No
Yeah.
plus on the die. Okay.
Somehow he holds on to the side of that ship. You kind of singe the area around him, and he like cries out in terror. You could make it into the ship if you want with your move.
She will turn around and look at Crunch. Can she see Crunch?
Yeah, he's right behind you. The gloom of the fading, melty ground is enough to light him up. Plus little lights in his helmet and stuff.
She kind of sigh, like, as they said in that movie that you and Alecto keep talking about. Come on, it's clobbering time.
Yeah.
AJ's loving it.
We did it, folks. We got there.
Yeah.
Did it.
She's gonna like grab his hand.
Okay, so you're holding your move until he can join you.
Yeah.
Okay, the ground guards shift around in position, and they seem to be covering the exits and the staircases down here, almost as if they want you to go into the ship. And they're also holding their actions. Crunch.
Question. So I know a minute ago we established that I'm slightly intimidated, but considering since that time, the person who intimidated me has been smashed into a wall and is literally like screaming in terror and being shot by
Let me do a
Keziah.
concentration check. Yeah, no, you're fine. You're no longer frightened by that guy.
Plus, like, Keziah's like quoting the awesome movie, doing the come with me if you want to live routine. Yeah, I'm just going to go with Keziah because I want to live.
Okay, cool. You guys are up in the ship. Next up, that guy has to roll to stay on the side of that ship. He tumbles to his death.
Wilhelm scream. You all right there, Jeff?
39 points of damage. He is a splat on the ground.
Does that answer your question, Ash?
That leaves Gale. The smoke billows back into Gale's body. She arches up, and suddenly, Gale, you realize you went from the entrance of the hangar all the way to the base of the ramp, and your friends are all running into the ship.
Shit, and I start running into the ship.
Okay. Nobody shoots at you, which is nice. And you run into the ship. You're all inside the ship. Initiative is over. Because this guy isn't attacking you. Alecto.
Okay.
So, same thing. You see crowded corridors of the interior of the ship. Various piles of gear they've stolen, presumably. Big crates and barrels.
How secure is the most important device in the universe?
I mean, it's got a control panel, you know.
Okay.
It doesn't look too fancy.
Probably a little too big to carry around. I'm going to make a mental note to come back for that.
Yes, it is bolted down.
So everything inside the ship is functional. Goatman didn't destroy anything in here.
As far as you know, no, there's no scorching or anything.
Yet. And we can make that happen if we want.
Keziah's gonna think to Gale. Are you back?
I'm pretty sure I am. What happened while I was gone? It looks like there was a lot of fire. Everyone's gone. What's going on?
You became a rather impressive shadow thing. I don't know magic. I don't know what you were. I was concerned for your safety. I'll put it that way.
All right. Good to know. I don't think anyone has actually seen me like that yet, so... First run was a experiment trial to get me out of prison, and now there's this, so...
Ah.
Good to know that that's what happens.
So it's happened before.
Just once.
I will explain it in more detail later.
Okay.
Do we know where Alecto is in here?
Yeah, Gale, you can see her just kind of walking around some barrels, and she seems to be kind of relaxed. And you think you hear her talking to somebody.
I think she's talking to someone. We should probably check that out.
Yes. Good idea.
Okay, so you guys all walk around the corridors, and you see she is talking to this hard-looking armored freak with a black mask and black armor and a cape,
Demon person.
holding a gun and a knife.
A sword? Or a knife?
Yeah.
Both.
It's like a long knife, a
It's
short
like a
sword.
machete. It's a machete. It's somewhere between a knife and a sword.
It's a knife with bullets.
It's a knife taped to a sword.
Yeah.
A little extra longer.
It's a knife taped to a sword, taped to Chekhov's gun.
And this guy's name is Lanthris.
Landress.
You can't make so hard of a dude and name him fucking Lanthris.
That's what I came up with. What can I say?
I'd bully this kid in high school.
So let's put you over there.
Within bullying range.
All right. Yeah, that's what's going on. You hear the ringing alarm has changed to like just a faint little, like, slowly rising tone, and the lights are yellow now instead of red. Starfleet rules.
So, Lanthris, why don't you take us to your captain since, she's expecting us and everything?
Of course. And he turns around and starts walking.
All right. I will follow.
Okay.
Well done, Alecto. That was some diplomacy right there.
Was it? Kind of feel like I should have brought a cake.
Oh no, cake diplomacy. That's an advanced technique. We'll get to that later.
We can have cake later, though. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Is it more or less sophisticated than donut diplomacy?
It's more, donut diplomacy is like blue collar, working class. You're gathering intel, making contacts. Cake diplomacy, you got to bring out, the pointy shoes and all that.
Where do the hats come in?
And why are the shoes pointy?
The fanciest shoes are the pointiest.
Yeah.
As someone that has many pairs of pointy shoes, I can tell you they're the fanciest.
Crunch and Keziah, Gale has marched forward with Alecto. Are you following?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Once you get into that hallway there.
I'm crushed.
Chakoom! You hear a blast door slam down behind you. And the faint crackle of a force field. Lanthris keeps moving.
Looks like we're stuck here, trapped inside a spaceship. All right, I want to
you're
keep following
still
Lanthris. Sure.
following?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, Lanthris passes one of these ramps. And then he leaps out of view. And anybody who has combat awareness can try to beat him.
I will.
You rolled a 1.
Don't roll ones. I hate it when badasses like fumble and shit. That's just sad. So I got a 12 plus my light of 8. I got a 20.
Yep, you certainly beat him. So he is leaping into the darkness, or out of your view. So, do you want to stay here? Follow him? Something else?
Can I grab him as he's jumping away?
You can try.
Okay.
Were you staying up like right next to him?
Yeah.
Give him a
Okay.
wedgie.
So we'll put you here.
I was thinking about grabbing his ankle and then slamming him on the floor.
Cool. Yeah, do it.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Mm.
Can I spend an action point? You know what? I'm gonna save my action point. I'll just be embarrassing
Cool.
for once.
So you tumble and fall down on a knee, cracking it. It hurts, and he dives out of view, and a blast door slams down in front of you, and a little force field crackle singes your hair a bit as you tumble back onto your butt.
Well, poop.
You swear you hear a chuckle somewhere. Maybe over the intercom, but it's faint. as if somebody like got off the mic to laugh.
So is it funny, Violet, Deborah?
I'll reveal what you can see here. Similar to that ramp, but from before, you look down, you see corridors stretching left and right, and another blast door straight ahead.
Okay.
Keziah and Crunch, they're clearly guiding you somewhere.
Oh, is there still like down the ramp that's available to us?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
For some reason I thought we were like trapped between two segments, like bottled in.
Yeah, those looked like the blast doors from earlier.
What's all this stuff?
I too want to know about this stuff.
So this stuff, it's like brands from around the galaxy, basically, different products and things. A few you recognize from Veritas. But yeah, military hardware. You could probably identify it if you took a second to study it. But some of them are like grain barrels, seeds. You know, it's just an agglomeration of stuff they've stolen.
Oh my god, it's their fucking MLM.
There's seeds?
Yeah, you see a barrel full of seeds.
Cool. Keziah's going to use her torch. She's going to start burning seeds.
Okay, so you're burning through the seal, and then the lid pops up. And yeah, sure enough, there's little blue-green seeds. And you hear over the intercom, "Hey, quit that. The elevator's at I don't know which direction. Southwest of Alecto's position. That's how you get to me."
Well,
But
that would have been...
You could have just told us where to go. You didn't have to, like, drop blast doors in front of us and stuff.
You didn't even ask us.
Yeah. We're nice. Ish.
I would prefer it if you would release all of the blast doors and all of the force fields. And she's still just burning seeds.
Fucking A. Fucking gas starts pumping from jets up on either side of the corridor, just filling this area. It looks like the flammable powder from earlier, back at the airlock.
Okay. She'll put up a force shield.
Okay, as soon as your force field touches the stuff, it ignites. I assume everybody's inside your force field.
Yeah.
So,
Let me just get a little bit closer to you here.
so yeah. Just imagine some flames licking off on the outside of your shield. But there's enough powder in here probably to singe you pretty good, but you managed to get the field up in time. You hear a ugh. Get moving.
Blast doors?
My patience won't last forever. There's no need for you to go wandering around my ship.
There was no need for us to be on the ship.
Yeah. Don't boss us around, Violet.
Linda.
Violet Karen.
She says, I have 1,000 different ways I can rend you limb from limb. Do you truly want to test me?
Did you see what happened outside?
I'm actually quite curious.
She says, Ms. Zauber has displayed a new talent, but you are not invincible.
You want to find out?
I would prefer not to.
Sounds like someone's afraid.
You see little guns come out every few feet along the ceiling corners. There's about 8 within view.
See, now we're living up to the violent part.
Now, they butt up against your force field, so you don't know how effective they'll be. You guess if they held the button on the trigger, they'd blow through the force field. Alecto has advanced down the ramp.
Yeah, I just start moving down the ramp.
Okay. Yep. You can see to either side there. Nobody hiding yet. Here's another one of those very important machines. What about y'all? Do you want to advance? Alecto has left the protection of the force field.
I want to be closer to Alecto.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Move yourselves over. Crunch, as you walk down the ramp, you can hear those guns going back into their ports. So Gale's standing on it, but there is a blast door, and you see it says elevator.
Hey, listen, I know this isn't how traps work, but, like, I'd prefer not to be here. We have someone to find. I'd love to get back to that. I don't care what kind of perfect little nest you've had laying in the center of this ship. Come see us.
Okay, you see an image appear. Let me pull up a image. I'll do a fun little one. Right. So this guy appears hovering above the holographic desk, and it's sort of the torso up of Petey, and he is like sitting in a chair. His hands are tied, and he's got a gag, but he seems alive.
And this is, did
He
you
is
say this was
safe.
like an...
It's just a hologram.
Okay.
This isn't proof of life.
Ask him anything, only you and he would know.
Go for it, Crunch.
Petey, am I a good dancer?
Petey, like, swings around, and he's, like, trying to focus, and then he sees your hologram, and he's, like, trying to move his gag, and somebody reaches over and loosens it, and he spits it out, and he says, Ebenezer, are you here? Where they have me? I'm in some kind of prison, or maybe a ship. Somebody punches the side of his head.
Well, that was incredibly uncalled for. Petey, hang on! We'll get you out of this mess.
I was gonna say they were treating me pretty well, but Jazir. That's like Jesus in this world. And then he spits out some spit, maybe some blood. You're not sure.
Oh. That's definitely how Petey would take a punch. Not much of a fighter, that one. Petey, we'll get you out of here.
Do you have money? Can you pay the ransom?
Yes, we're working out all the details now. I'm trying to think now, as a sneaky fellow and Petey, my longtime friend, would we have had anything like worked out that we could like confirm that it's not some,
Do you mean like code phrases?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought dancing was.
You have pre-war code phrases. We'll see if Pam's researchers have cracked them.
That's what I was kind of getting at with the whole dance thing. I mean, I know I'm a good
Yeah.
dancer. I don't need to be told I'm a good dancer.
As a diplomat, you probably are a fantastic dancer. Taken
Absolutely.
lots of classes.
He says, "Oh yes, you and I cut a mean foxtrot back in the prismatic lounge days." Prismatic Lounge was where you paid to get a defector over to the Logosphere from Veritas, the Zentradi, whatever. And it was a situation where one of you had to go into the enemy lair and hand over the money. And you lived. You think he's being a little over optimistic, but he thinks.
Well,
Yeah.
everyone's definitely going to hear that story later.
Wow, Crunch lived? Spoiler alert.
So that pretty much confirms that this isn't any kind of trickery. So I guess I'll just be
As
like,
far as
all
he
right.
knows. But it is Petey. I mean,
Well, yeah. I just mean that it is Petey and not like, like an illusion or something.
yes, no. No, yes. Not an illusion. It's definitely him. Unless it's some sort of shape-shifting Mistral or like super telepath.
AI.
Could be, but AIs that powerful aren't supposed to exist.
Dark
Banned by the
Petey.
Conclave. But this is a pirate. Who knows what she's up to?
Crunch, is that him?
Of course it is. Yes, that's Petey. And I'm like nodding.
Okay, he disappears.
Wonderful. There was some talk about limbs earlier. If you're interested in keeping yours, he won't be punched again.
He will not be harmed if one or more of you come to the bridge so we can discuss further operations.
Well, that sounds reasonable.
I'll lean into Keziah and whisper in her ear, "Does further operations mean punching her over and over again?"
It could.
You hear a ka-chunk and there's another blast door at the top of the ramp.
Wow, they got blast doors on special at the blast door outlet.
And this one in front of you opens up.
Buy one, get one.
And you can see the lift. Instead of a pale pea green, it's like red with chrome and black touches. It's sort of a mound, and it looks like depressed railings around the center where you guys would go that maybe go up while you rise, because there's not an actual shaft. There's just a tube above you that kind of spirals open when it's time to rise.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, Crunch will just head on in, looking forward to finally meeting this terrible person face to face. Hopefully rescuing Peter.
Anybody else going with him?
Yeah.
I'm following.
Okay.
I want no separation.
Okay.
As far as Gale knows, she's the nuclear plant, so she needs to be there.
So move yourself to the right. Do you see another elevator there?
5 hops this time.
Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
We're kind of all on top of whatever.
No,
it is here.
over on the right side of the map, there's like a whole.
On the right side of the map.
There's a
okay.
whole, like, another
Oh.
map section.
You don't actually have to go over there, but that's B deck.
Oh, okay. So we go into B deck?
So it's impossible to tell what's there. It's not like it's a department store with signs that tell you where you are. Now up one and to the left, there's another one. That's C deck. Same deal. They're about 25 feet between decks. And you're up to D deck. Oh, and this is an elevator, so you guys can have a conversation while you go up.
Anyone else feel like this door's gonna open and it's gonna be hell? Like the actual hell?
It's gonna be bullet hell from, like, a old 1980s video game.
Basically, yes.
Like it's gonna be Jazir's friend Lekefer down here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The last deck is wide open, and you see more just stuff, and there are all these goons in gold armor with spears with blades on the end. Just looking real rowdy. There's some goons.
This map looks like a Sonic level and I'm loving it.
So they're arrayed around the edges as if they were spoiling for a fight. And the ceiling, instead of being like a dull gray, it's black with like a weird iridescent sheen to it, and these puffs of steam blow out, and it opens up in this cool spiral, and there's another 20-30 feet of shaft, and you come into this, like, it looks like you're on the inside of a flower, but like the petals are view screens, and it goes up to a skylight at the top, and these pink floors, and all these what do you call it, like there's workstations on the far edges. There's another most important device.
Crutch is gonna kind of like lean over to Gale and just go, "Ugh, pick a theme, am I right?"
I know, it's gross.
And you see someone that in like green pantaloons and like all sorts of like bric-a-brac or on their outfit, with wild green spiky hair, and she looks pretty hardcore. It's got a bunch of scars, fingerless gloves, so you know she's down to throw down. And across the way, in front of a door to her ready room. Why won't that work? And yeah, you're just in this, like, on this mounded lift that rises up. So you're surrounded by more goons. All of them working at their workstations. These are like technician goons, but they have submachine guns like in holsters beside their chairs. And yeah, they all look pretty hardcore.
Okay.
So yeah, they're equidistant around the room. And Violent Pam, she's all in red and black, like sculpted armor. She's a bigger lady and like a whole bunch of dark wavy hair. And she's got blades everywhere, big sidearm at her belt. And she says, "Welcome to the Sidewinder. My name is Pam."
Hi, I'm Alecto.
Please come into my ready room. And she steps through a door. And you all follow? Or do some of you stay here?
I'll
Yeah.
All
Sure.
right. I don't have a map for her ready room, so
All right.
we'll just
Yeah.
play pretend. It's a sumptuous, like, if you know anything about Jayme the Fate Driven, he had this all custom made, like, tasteful mix of modern and classic wooden furniture and velvety upholstery, thick pile carpet. There's a bar and colorful glasses everywhere. Looks like this is where she goes to entertain her crew. And a big view screen on one wall that is playing the news from Stoneflower Island, where there was some kind of massacre. And it says 107 dead, 300 injured. Missing. You see the prime minister of the conclave and a couple senators are missing. One of the designers of the station, the emperor. I think that's it. Oh, and Jayme also missing. He was giving a speech apparently when this all went down. She clicks off the screen and leans up against the desk and just regards you. And the door swishes shut as you come all file in.
Power move. I turn the screen back on.
You don't have the remote.
Dang it. There's this buttons, right? Come on. There's
She just does a thing with her fingers because it's cyber times.
fine.
You could try to imitate her finger gesture.
Oh, I'm not ridiculous. No, I'll just evenly stare at her back and wait for her to be the first to talk.
No. Imitate her fingering.
The only way you're going to learn. Alecto will stand there with her, in a seeing a power moves in a power posture with her fists on her hips, like totally nonplussed by all the people, like and guards and goons and pirates and Pam herself.
She says, I have something you want, and you all have something I want.
What is it?
Let us deal. God, just like a PC to interrupt an NPC right at her moment of triumph.
Right during the monologue.
She glares at you with like barely concealed disdain. Or like non-successfully concealed disdain. And she looks over at Crunch and she says, I need your help. The Red Circle is still ruled by Jayme. You will take him down for me.
Above table, remind me who the Red Circle is again?
So the Order of the Red Circle is this cult that's achieved pretty rapid prominence of late. It's led by this charismatic dude named Jayme the Fate Driven. It's mostly, adherents are mostly Ifrit, but it's expanding to all the other expressions. You saw a few. You saw a Vorak and a Gillamorian on your way up. Couple Lunari. In fact, her lieutenant, Marvella, is Lunari.
Sorry.
Yeah?
I was just going to ask, didn't we run into some of the cult members after we escaped the hotel that one time?
Right.
Indeed, yes.
yeah.
Those were Orthodox Red Circle, and these are the breakaway sect.
You have repeatedly tried to kill us, and you want us to help you.
I needed you to prove your mettle, and prove it you did. I believe you're capable of serving the Pamite Legion.
So you want us to work for somebody who couldn't do their homework ahead of time?
She looks at you with barely concealed rage.
It's honestly so interesting, too, because, everyone who has warned us about you setting this all up for us has said it is a trap to kill us. So which one is it?
If you had died, it would have been the latter.
I'm still not convinced that's not in the future.
She throws up she throws up a contract into holographic space in front of you, and it basically explains that all your debts will be taken on by the Legion, and she'll owe you a favor. So, like, Petey will be released, and y'all's favors to be gone over later. But so, like, your bounties will be picked up. So essentially, you'll be protected by the Legion, and if somebody can be paid off, they'll pay him off, as long as you agree to work for the Legion for, call it, 2 months. So we'll think about that for next time. Oh, Goat Man says to you, Gale, he says, "This is the best play you've had to date. We need powerful protection, and now we can have it. We can always kill her later."
Yeah.
All right. Last little button on the episode. Fucking, what's his name? Abelard Ondashar just shoots out of the clouds in his little fighter, and he's ducking flak and like electronic blasty things, and he just hits like a bunch of dust and sand blow up as he lands, and he ejects and rolls out of the mess and runs for the safety of some caves, and he's like shouting into his wrist. Gale, you hear like a tinny like buzz coming from your ear thingy, your headphones or whatever. And we'll cut there. Likes. Who had some likes?
Gale.
I liked all kinds of stuff. So Eldritch Death Tornado Gale is one of my new favorite Gales.
Sure.
Felt bad, that she was trapped inside silently screaming, but you cannot argue with the results. You just can't argue with the results.
Yep.
I really liked action hero Keziah doing the "come with me if you want to live" thing. Working in the previously wished catchphrase. I appreciated that. And of course, I liked diplomat mode Alecto. That was really cool. Crunch is gonna have to start giving Alecto some pointers now and then. Now, this is cupcake diplomacy. That's a whole other thing.
The seeds play was so good. It was very good. I loved it.
Fuck with a girl's cargo.
I was also so curious as to what the one question Crunch was gonna do for asking if it's Petey, and am I a good dancer is probably one, the best, two, the funniest.
Yeah, I first of all agree with everything Jayme said, but yeah, I agree. Like, that scene was fun the way that it turned out. I don't know what I would have asked if it was me. It'd be like, oh, how many toes do I have? I don't know.
Is there a specific answer?
I I don't know.
I have
That's
a new
my
wish for
point.
next episode.
We've got to see Petey's feet. The internet is clamoring for it.
Oh no.
Petey has an OnlyFans
Oh no.
against his better wishes. Violent Pam is just taking pictures of his feet.
Forbidden Patreon tier.
His username weirdly is Old Man Corn.
Oh.
AJ.
Just unfazed.
All right, wishes for next time.
I just wish to continue calling Violent Pam anything other than Violent Pam.
Yes.
Violent Constance, Violet Bernadette, Violet Sally.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Gale might have to convince Keziah that this is okay. Because Keziah kind of wants Gale to kill this lady, but...
Yeah, no, that's going to be a lot of my thought process for the next couple of weeks, just because, like, I actually might need clarification on this right now, Jeff. In the contract, it clears our bounties. Does it clear our... is it going to get rid of the people wanting me in jail?
Well, like, that's why I caveated it with they'd protect you. So, like, if they can buy somebody off, they'll buy them off. But if they have to, like, if that person won't be bought off, then they'll just have to protect you with guns.
Yeah, but it would essentially mean, like, they're going to do their best to make sure I don't go back to jail.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no. So that's a big considering factor for Gale in this moment. Because, like, I would love to just kill her. I would love to just kill her so bad. I would love to also walk the streets normally.
I think I would like to use my gain insight ability to try and get some, I don't know, either like dirt on her on why she wants us to take out Gilliam, or just thing that she wouldn't want us to know that would maybe help negotiations a bit, because I like Petey going free and I like our names being cleared and I do like us all being out of favor. I don't like that whole 2 months for the Legion bit though. I think we can just cross that out of the old contract.
Yeah, this whole situation is a little too good to be true.
Yeah.
I mean, Goatman made a great point to Gale, which is, what we can't just kill her. We can just afterwards.
I mean, she put a lot of trust in y'all in letting you into her ready room with no guards.
Yeah, she didn't take anyone's weapons away. Not that Alecto uses weapons. Alecto is the weapon. Karate chop.
Dude.
I mean, I guess my wish would be some parlay with the artist, just to be like, hey, how do we feel about this person?
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, that's a dual contract at that point.
All right. I didn't get to the shocking reveal of who she's been working with. That'll have to come next time. How do people find you on the internet, Jayme?
You can find me on YouTube as Brandoff, the off-brand Gandalf.
Kristy?
I have some short stories up for free on a website called Vocal, but they're under my full name, which is real long, so look for a link to that under the show notes, or look me up on Bluesky under Kmitko, Kmitko, and see the pinned post there.
Right on. AJ?
Go to a social media page, type in AJ the Slayer, hit enter. If you don't find me that way, put some underscores in between the words and you'll find me that way. As for other podcasts, Christmas Tide, Ohio is a wonderful Kids on Bikes actual play podcast. It's an anthological series that follows a bunch of little kids going from 1st grade to 12th grade, traversing around a magical Hallmark-esque Christmas town, solving mysteries, practicing magic, talking to ghosts. It's a very fun show, and I make all the music for it, so you should definitely check it out.
That's badass. And Ash.
You can find me on Bluesky as Dr. Mod, DOKTORMOD, where I occasionally tell jokes and share jokes.
Excellent. You can find me all over the internet at El Jefe Tacoma. And we're on Facebook, and we have a Facebook group called True Heroes of Shattered Worlds. What else? I also do The Great and Secret Knowledge, which is a speculative fiction podcast. We cover all manner of books and movies and TV shows. So come and check that out on your podcatcher of choice. Also archived on YouTube. And then there's my live stream every other Sunday at 6:30 Pacific. And that is at youtube.com/Omniversal Escapades. Or if you want to watch the Twitch, twitch.tv/Omniversal Escapades. And we play D&D and all manner of other games over there. I think that's it for me. Y'all good to go?
Oh, wait, I have one additional Jeff, you did really good description this episode of both environmental and action. And I liked your map. It was cool. It was like a fun sci-fi map.
Your map was
Good
wild,
job.
and I loved it.
No,
good.
great descriptions. And I didn't even need the map. You could have just described it and would have been fine. The map was rad. I'm not saying the map wasn't rad, but, you know.
Yay.
Yeah.
Right on. Thanks, guys. All right. I think that's it. So I'll just say the catchphrase and we'll be out of here. Keep it rolling.
I will return to us, find you, girl, and make you one of us. I'm taking off.
Shout out to Space Knife for letting us use their track I'm Taking Off, Shield Your Eyes from their Into the Black Hole EP. Thanks, Space Knife. Keep it rolling.
I'm taking off.
Sweet opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a minute.
Sorry for breaking the game.
Yeah, we got some stuff going on in the chat. Actually, AJ, I think what you're thinking of a sensor bar is painted on the picture. Like you have an adulterated thing.
No, you missed it. More map was revealed and you missed it. There was a big old sensor bar on her sting-a-ling.
Yeah, where the map was still blacked out. It was just right over Thing's crotch.
Oh my god. All my guys are disappearing. What is happening?
No.
Infinity War.
The NPCs, they have a mind of their own.
Jesus, I'll have to use one of these guys. No, what? It's not letting me click on them. Oh my god.
I'm just thinking now about how Endgame would have been so differently if it ended with everyone disappearing and Steve Rogers just goes, "Oh my guys!"
Does anybody have anything interesting that happened in the last 2 weeks? Or entertaining? Sensual? Ash, you're muted.
Definitely not sensual in the last 2 weeks. Before that, yes, but you know.
I don't think you're ready to hear that answer.
Hands off for June. Anybody have any questions?
I would just like to say that Ash just reminded me that there is a bio in this thing, and I've just updated it from currently stranded on Derevkar to currently inhabited by a goat man.
All right, I think we're ready to go. Unless anybody's got anything funny. All right, I'm seeing a faint smile and a yawn. A stoic Ash.
I am changing my bio, so I'm thinking.
Got it. That's your
I'm
thinking face.
no longer on Devakar, currently making sweet, sweet love to my girlfriend.
Yeah.